Hey guys, I'm here for a TTM breakdown. We have the 1990 Topps Complete set. That's the 792 card set. I will do the update set tomorrow. I'll do a card by card, as I go through the set and basically the history of when's the last time someone had a success, if they're still around, if they're still alive, and that sort of thing. So this one, we have guys that are free and the guys that charge. I'll go by and explain how much each guy charges in when I get to this pile. There's 204 that you can get signed for free. Either they're automatic or they have a history of being very good in the past, or they're signing as of right now. This is mid January 2025. We have 118 paid, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. Let's move this here, and I have some that I've already gotten signed mixed in here. Definitely not as many as the 89 Topps that set that I did the other day, but let's go through these. We got Jim Acker, Bo Allred. These are all free TTMs. Go to Sports Card Forum. You can get the addresses. Sportscollectors.net's another good one. It's like $15 a year. But for baseball, Sports Card Forum, I think that's more than fine if you just do baseball. So, Kent Anderson. Here is Eric Anthony. I got that one signed back this fall probably. Paul Osemacher. He's a very good signer. Same with Don August. Scott Bales as well as Whale. Steve Balboni is one per submission. And I need to make sure that that's focusing correctly. Jeff Ballard, he's very good at signer. Jay Bell, Bruce Benedict, Mike Bielecki. I just got him back recently as well. Dan Billadello, he is the coach for the manager of the Trash Pandas. I think it's Alabama. Is that what it is? If you send to the team, he's pretty good about sending them back. I think he's still the coach there. I would keep an eye on if they've somehow changed the manager there or not. Tim Bertzis, Phil Bradley, Greg Brock, Jerry Brown, Steve Buechele. He tends to do the TTMs at the end of the season. He's like a TV guy for the Rangers. Brett Butler, you'll be waiting quite a while. He takes his time. Same with Greg Cadaret, George Canale, Don Carmen, Chris Carpenter. Chuck Carey's another one that's kind of hit or miss. Rick Cerrone is one per submission. Jim Clancy's a great one. Dave Cochran, Pat Combs, John Costello. Chuck Krim is kind of hit or miss. Steve Cummings. Ron Darling is currently signing out of like his it's like his home address. It's on Sports Card Forum, but you never know. It's sometimes addresses are good, then they just ignore. So Danny Darwin, Doug DeCenzo, Jack Doherty, Mike Davis, Bucky Dent's been okay lately. He usually charges, but he's been signing some for free for a little bit. Frank DePino, Dave Dravecki, Mike Dunn, Mark Eichern, Daryl Evans. You have to kind of wait for a while for him. Steve Farr, Sid Fernandez has been pretty good lately. Brian Fisher, Mike Fitzgerald, Scott Fletcher, Tony Fossis, Willie Frazier, Greg Gagne, Ron Gant. I got this one back this fall. Wes Gardner, Juan Gonzalez. You probably have to wait for him as well. Jim Gott, Goose Gazzo. I think his name's Moro Gazzo. Mark Gubiza, Lee Getterman, Jose Guzman, Chip Hale, Eric Hansen, Pete Harnish is hit or miss. Donald Harris, Greg Harris. I got both of them. They both sign. Lynn Harris, he's like a one per pretty much. Tony Helms is still around. I sent to him a while back. I haven't got anything back though. I think I sent to him maybe back in June. So just FYI. Joe Hesketh, I did get him back. I offered him some cards, and he signed my card. Eric Hetzel, Greg Hibbard, Brian Holton is a pretty good one now. It seems like he's, I would send to him right now. I think I might still be the only guy to get something back from him on Sports Card Forum, but he has gotten some back from on sportscollectors.net. But yeah, I would try him. Rick Honeycutt, Ricky Horton, Charlie Huff, Tyler Houston, Art Howe, Jay Howell, Rex Hudler, Jeff Houston, Pete Cavaglia. He signed some last year for the team that he managed in the minors. I would just keep an eye on where he's going to be this year. Darren Jackson. All right, let's get another stack here. We got Jeff Jackson, Brooke Jacoby's kind of hit or miss, Deion James, Dave Johnson, Wallace Johnson, Jeff Juden, Tom Kelly. I believe Tom Kelly's a 1 or 2 guy. I forget. Terry Kennedy, Paul Kilgus, Eric King, Jeff King, Bob Kipper is a great one, Ron Kittle, Brad Kaminsky, Chad Kruger, Bill Kruger. All right, Jeff Kunkel, Tom Lampkin, Les Lancaster, Bill Landrum, Dave LaPointe, Tony La Russa is 1 per. I got him at the White Sox address last year, so Tom Lawless, Terry Leach, Jim Leland was good this summer. I think he just got overwhelmed with just requests. So just keep an eye on if he kind of opens up his address for TTMs again. Nick Leva, Greg Litton, Bill Long, Rick Lucan, Barry Lyons, Mike Marshall, Dave Martinez, Adobe McDowell, Andy McGaffigan, Jack McKeon, Craig McMurtry, Hensley Mullins, Brian Meyer, Gary Milkey, Bob Milacki, Keith Miller, Rich Monteleone, Jeff Montgomery, Joe Morgan. He is getting way up there in age, but he still does TTMs. He's I think he'll turn 95 this year. So John Morris, John Moses, Gene Nelson's hit or miss, Pete O'Brien. I got this back probably in the spring, I believe. Joe Oliver. Greg Olson's kind of catching up on some of his mail right now. He's, I think, at Auburn University. I think he's in the baseball team, manager or pitching coach. Jesse Orozco, Don Paul, Mark Parent, Dan Pasqua, Pat Perry, Dan Petrie, Gary Pellis is kind of hit or miss right now. Ted Power, Doug Rader, Dennis Rasmussen, Shane Raleigh, Johnny Ray, Jeff Reed, Jerry Reed, Rick Ruschel is a TTM GOAT. And this is the last stack of the free guys. Got Don Robinson, Jeff Robinson, Bob Rogers. He's kind of, he's hit or miss, but he was pretty good last summer. Chris Sabo is very hit or miss. I'll explain another guy later here. I put him in the same boat. Luis Salazar, Roger Salkeld, Mackie Sasser, Dave Schmidt, Mike Schooler, Bill Schroeder, Rick Shue, Steve Searcy, Larry Sheets been signing recently, Pat Sheridan, Joel Skinner, Bryn Smith, Pete Smith. I think my brother gave me that one from his return this year. Roy Smith, Zane Smith, Mike Smithson, Corey Snyder. He did have a return here the other day, so maybe he's catching up some of his old TTMs. Billy Spears, Mike Stanley, Phil Stevenson, Kurt Stillwell, Todd Stoudemire, Franklin Stubbs, BJ Surhoff. I would put him in the Chris Sabo category. Very hard to get. Bill Swift, but they do sign, just you got to catch them at the right day. Frank Tanana, Kevin Tapany, Walt Terrell, Scott Terry, Mickey Tetleton. He signed through the baseball minor league team that he managed. I would see where he is this year and send to that team. People had success last year. Rich Thompson, Mark Thurman is 1 per submission. Jeff Treadway, Tom Trebelhorn, Bobby Valentine, I believe he's 1 per submission as well. Omar Vasquez, he had his little moment there. I'm not sure if he still does. I put him in this pile here. He hasn't had a return in a little bit, but you never know. Greg Walker, John Wathan, you have to wait a while for him. Gary Wayne, Bill Wegman, Mickey Weston. Ed Whitson is, I don't know, I'm kind of starting to lose hope that he may have just completely quit TTM. Ernie Witt, Mark Williamson, Glenn Wilson, Trevor Wilson, Todd Worrell is hit or miss as well. I don't know why I have 2 of those in here. Rick Rona, Marvel Wynn, Rich Yetz, Gerald Young, Matt Young, Clint Zavaris, and Todd Zeal's another one that's kind of hit or miss. So those are the free ones. Let's get to the guys who charge and how much they charge. I've got my little cheat sheet over here. All right, so that's kind of zooming in. I don't like that. Okay, so Tony Armas is $15. Jack Armstrong is $5. Wally Backman's is Pass Pros, and I'm not really sure how much he charged. I think it's like 10 to 15. Harold Baines is 20. Jesse Bardfield is 15. Kevin Bass is 5. Juan Behringer is 5. Burt Blyleven is 20. Mike Boddicker is 5. Wade Boggs is 10. Daryl Boston is 15. Oil Cam Boyd, I think it's like 5 to 10. I think it's kind of 5. But he has asked people to send 10 before, so I don't know. Sid Bream is $1. Tom Brudansky is through Pass Pros. I believe it's 15 or 12. Ellis Burks is through Pass Pros, and I think he's one of the higher ones up there, so expect 20 plus probably. So John Candelaria is 15. Jose Canseco is 15. Mark Carrion is 5. Jack Clark is 12. Will Clark is 20. We have Roger Clemens is 100. Vince Coleman is $20. David Cohn is 50. Dennis Cook is 5. Henry Cotto is 5. Jody Davis is 5. Andre Dawson is 10. Rick Dempsey is 5, but I've seen some people get cards, multiple cards for 5, so I'm not really sure. Bob Denier is 5. Mike Devereaux is through Pass Pros. I think it's 10 or 15. Mario Diaz is 5. Rob Ducey is 5. Dennis Eckersley is 10. Jim Eisenreich is 5. Kevin Elster is 3. Carlton Fisk is $50. Jim Gantner is 5. Jose Gonzalez is 15 through JD Promotions. Doc Gooden is 20. Kelly Gruber is 3. Jeff Hamilton is 15. I believe that's through JD Promotions as well. Ron Hassey is 10. Mickey Hatcher is 15 through JD Promotions. Von Hayes is 5. Mike Keith is 10. Neil Heaton is 5. Mike Henneman is 10. Keith Hernandez is 25. Tom Herr is 5. Teddy Higuera is 10. I just do this rest of this pile here. We got Ken Hill is $3. Jack Howell is 10. Kent Herbeck is 5. Bruce Hurst is through Pass Pros, but I believe it's like $50 or more. I forget what it is, but it's way up there. I just don't think he likes signing. Danny Jackson is 10. Greg Jeffries is 10. Steve Jeltz is 10. Davey Johnson's 5. Howard Johnson is 10. Wally Joyner is 15. Jimmy Key is 5. Van Slaw is 5. Charlie Lebrand is 5. Jose Lind is $1. Kurt Manwaring is through Pass Pros, but I haven't seen anyone log a submission on either site for a while for him. Denny Martinez is 5. Kevin McReynolds is 5. Paul Molitor is 20. Jamie Moyer is 25. Del Murphy is 25, but doesn't look like he's currently signing at the moment, but I'm sure he will be soon. Tom Niedenfer is 15. I believe that's to JD Promotions. Junior Ortiz is 5. Rafael Palmero is 20. Dave Parker is 25. It's through Pass Pros, but with fees and all that stuff, it's closer to 40, I've been told. Lance Parrish is 15. Alejandro Pena is 3. Eric Plunk is 5. Terry Poole is 10. Jeff Reardon's 10. Gary Redis is 5. Jerry Reese is 15. Jim Rice is 20. Jeff Russell, I believe it's 10 through Pass Pros. Nolan Ryan is 75 each through his foundation. Brett Saberhagen is $10. Oh, it's getting blurry on me. Ryan Sandberg is 10 each. Steve Sachs is 5. Ruben Sierra is 10. I don't know why it's really blurring out on me right now. All right. Lee Smith is $30. Chris Spear is, I believe it's 13 through Pass Pros. Terry Steinbach is $2 through his foundation. Danny Tarble is $2. Gary Templeton is through Pass Pros. I believe it's 25. Dickie Thon is 13 through Pass Pros. Andy Van Slyke, he's through Pass Pros, and I think it's closer to $20. I have had some, I've had success sending him just straight money, but I think he's kind of goes in and out of allowing that. Greg Vaughn is through Pass Pros. I think it's 20. Frank Viola is 5. We got Larry Walker is 25. Denny Walling is 10. Lou Whitaker is 25. Devin White's through Pass Pros. I think he's kind of in the Ellis Burks range. I think it's like 25 to 30. Frank White's through Pass Pros, but I don't know what his fee is at the moment. Steve Wilson is, I think it's $5. Will Wilson's 5, and Herm Winningham is 5. So I'll be back with a 1990 Topps update traded. Sorry about that. Topps traded tomorrow, and I'll go card by card and kind of tell you when's the last success and all that stuff. It's a pretty hard set to get a lot of guys of. Just want to let you know right now. It's so I've already done the research and I haven't recorded the video yet. So, but yeah, and I'll be back Sunday for the regular TTM autograph haul. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back with the Topps traded.